Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning into a special edition, Steel City Sports World. I'm your host, Luther Dupree. Joined as always, we got Claudia, the Hall of Famer, Big Rome, Bubs, Fillmore's in the house. We got Smoke and Jim. What's up, fellas?
What's happening, man? Good day for a Wednesday.
What's happening, everyone?
Man.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah, good to see you. What's up, Jim? What's up with you, Jim?
I'm doing good.
All right, Jim. You just bring the temperature down. I don't know if you up or what. Listen, last week we got into it. We had to say who our top 10 NFL centers were. Let's put it out there. Claudia, you came with some real
NBA.
garbage.
NBA centers.
NBA centers. Yeah, not the centers, not the Mike Webster.
Mike Webster.
No, we're talking
okay.
the Kareems and the Wilts, those guys. So make sure you call 412-530-5063. Give us your thoughts on that. Claudia, what you got for us in your huddle up?
All right. You know what? The Pirates are playing dangerous. They're taking their starters out who are doing well. And I said this at the beginning of the season. Leave them in. Okay. They'll take Skeens out after the 8th and Keller out. Don't do that. I don't have confidence in that bullpen just yet, especially if you overuse them. Right now, they're getting away with it. As the year goes on, they might not get away with it. They're about 4.5, 5 games out of the playoff race. All right, first place. I know it's still early. But to me, every game matters. But again, they're doing okay. They're not doing bad. O'Neal Cruz, everybody's going crazy. He's still hitting 250. Okay, when Dave Parker was hitting 250, they wanted to kill him. Dale Bear was hitting 250. They wanted to trade him. This guy's hitting 250. They want to give him an extension on the contract. The bar is set low. Okay, the bar has been set low. But don't play games with the pitch counts and all that stuff. If the pitcher's doing well, you leave him in. If he's not hurting, he's feeling good, leave him in. If he's getting banged around, take him out. Common sense. Don't do all this stupid stuff. And I'm worried that they're going to continue to do it and it's going to bite them. I hope not.
Okay. Claudio, man. Now come on. You got to give 266. 15 stolen bases, 10 RBIs. He leads in both of those categories, batting leadoff. Come on now. This research is about him.
266 is like, again, I say it for the millionth time. When I used to look at the stats on Saturday on the papers, 330, Rod Carew, Gwynn, all those boys, Molitor, those Parker hitting 330. 266 was way down the line.
Maybe the pitchers weren't as good. Were the pitchers not as good?
It's not that.
Was there Paul Skeens out there?
It's not that. Look,
the pitchers nowadays are one-trick ponies, man.
What's that?
The pitchers nowadays are not as versatile. They're one-pitch ponies. You know what I mean? Like
here's the whole thing in a nutshell, and I don't want to take up too much time, especially Jim's. But these guys, they're not pitchers, they're throwers. Okay. Every hitter wants to hit a fastball, but the way these hitters are hitting, and Luther and Jim, you've heard me say 1,000 times, with their flying open, they're uppercutting. There's more strikeouts in the game than there are hits, and it's not due to the pitchers being so great. I know this for a fact. It's the hitters. There's lack of plate coverage. When I was growing up, it was about plate coverage. Now it's just hitting the long sky fly ball, strikeouts, walks, take the pitch count deep. That's the other stupid thing. They go in there and they want to take the pitch count deep. The pitcher knows that he's going to throw one right down the damn middle, and now you're in the hole. And then the second pitcher going to throw the pitcher's going to throw a 59.5-foot curveball, and you're going to swing at it. You're going to look bad. It's not the pitcher. The pitchers are good, sure, they're great, but they're not. When I grew up, forget about the Hall of Famers. The second-tier pitchers would have dominated these guys today because they changed eye level, they changed speeds, they changed everything. Fillmore hit it on the head. The one they just throw it, they gas it out. It's a different game, and I blame the hitters, the hitting coaches, and what they're teaching.
Okay, all right. Well, we got to see, man. I think you're way too hard on Cruz. I think he's proven.
He's a major starter. He should be hitting 320, 330.
I mean, there's somebody pitching too. I mean, he's leading in all these categories. You act like he's out there batting 166, leading in all these categories.
I'm the tallest one in my family.
Oh my gosh.
I'm the tallest one in my family.
Got a short family, brother.
So am I.
Oh, come on,
Right.
big bro.
I'm 5'6.5". So it's a damn Claudio's tall. No, I'm not.
All right.
That's funny.
Let's get Smoking Jim in
I
here
do
before
gotta meet Roman
before I
Film one of these
cry.
days. I gotta meet him. I gotta meet him in person.
Yes.
Come on, man. Let's make it happen.
All right, Smoking Jim, what you got for us, Smoke?
Hey, thanks. When you only draft two good quarterbacks in the history of your team, Big Ben and Bradshaw, it's time in the supplemental draft to go for Brandon Sorsby.
Oh,
The stairway to 7 may be through Sorsby. But hey, everywhere I go, people want to know when am I going to bring back my top 10 list. So I got my top. If you white, you're all right with me and in the NBA.
No.
The top 10 white NBA players. Number 1, Bob Cousy. Number 2, Larry Bird. Number 3, Jerry West. Number 4, Pistol Pete Maravich. 5A, Bob Pettit. 5B, George Mikan. 6A, Rick Barry. 6B, John Hondo Havlicek. 7, Dirk. 8, Jack Twyman. A lot of you guys may not know him. He was the first guy ever to add points a game. He had 59 points in one game. He went to Central Catholic High School. They named the award after him in 2012. They give it out every year. It's called the Twyman Maurice Stokes Teammate Award. A lot of people don't know he took care of Maurice Stokes, the legendary Westinghouse player. He took care of him, for his life. And number 9, the Joker. Number 10A, John Stockton. 10B, Steve Nash. Those are your top 10 white NBA.
You got to pick up Pete Maravich a little bit higher. Pete Maravich got to be higher.
These don't forget top 10 with the alphabet. Got you.
Yeah, he could have went anywhere from 1 to 4. Since he's the number 1 college player in NCAA history, I figure I put him 4.
But what happened to Keith Van Horn?
Bill Laimbeer.
He was a great white hope, man.
You don't know who Keith Van Horn is, man.
Is that the guy that played for Utah University?
Yes, he played for Utah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You do.
You know, I'm a professional gambler. I won some money on that Utah team, brother.
Smoking Jim. Hey, at least I didn't have to put a disclaimer out. All right. Listen, mine is short, man. I think we just witnessed LeBron's last game with the Lakers. I don't like the job that Rob Pelinka did. I think they should have got way more help for LeBron and AD. Didn't put them together. Now Luka's here. Luka's been a disappointment. Last year he didn't show up in the playoffs. This year he really didn't show up. He didn't even play. He was out again. So it's so far it's been a bad trade. I think LeBron goes back home to Cleveland to finish his career. I think Cleveland loses to Detroit in this semifinal series, and I think LeBron is the key piece to try to get him back to a championship. It would be a great storybook ending. They trade his son there as well. I think that's what we're looking at in the future, but his days in the Lakers are finished. I don't say it was a disappointment or a failure, as everybody said. You know, you look what he's done over the last couple years. Are you saying Giannis's career has been a failure or Joker's career has been a failure? They all did the same thing. You know, won an MVP. They won a championship. They got a finals MVP. None of those guys. In this era, nobody repeats. Nobody repeats until this year. Maybe OKC will repeat. But over the last 7 years, nobody's repeating right now. But we'll see. OKC, I think San Antonio will be tough. We'll see if Wemby is out there still throwing elbows when Shea comes in there. You know, I don't know how he didn't get suspended a game. That was one of the dirtiest plays I've seen. He stared down Nas Reed, looked at him, lined him up, and hit him with an elbow. Didn't get a fine. Didn't get suspended for another game. Unacceptable. Adam Silver, you got to do better.
You're out of control.
No, what you think that was a legitimate play?
I think that anybody that throws an elbow or does something that relevates you getting kicked out of a game before halftime usually doesn't get kicked out unless he's a repeat offender. He never hurt anybody at any point in his life before. I'm telling you the truth. You're shaking your head as if I've never seen 90s basketball, even 2000s basketball.
This is not 90s basketball,
I'm
bro.
telling you
we saw guys firing then.
I understand that, but this is what I'm saying, though. You know how many times that Draymond Green had to do something before he got kicked out of an important game?
It was a whole playoffs. He was doing
multiple things over years. He accrued that. This is what I'm telling you. So you think just because he had that one instance where he had it at the beginning of the second quarter,
certain things deserve to be punished. When you look over, I see you line my shoulder up and catch you right in the neck. That's got to be a game or an extra fine. He didn't get fined either. I know the Spurs are your team, but wrong is wrong.
It's not about them being my team. It's also about every time that he gets his hand on the ball, he gets pushed, and those calls ain't being called.
Come on, man, you're justifying this, right? Look,
I'm not justifying anything.
All right, look,
I'm not justifying anything. What I'm saying is that I'm not justifying anything. What I'm saying is that I'm talking to you about things not being officiated throughout the whole entire playoffs. But now, after this one incident happened, now you want it to be called straight up.
You can't name a play.
Right.
I'm sorry. You can't name a play in this playoffs that was as flagrant as an intentional as that.
That was terrible.
Or is as devastating.
I think I agree with you guys, but I think what Rome's saying is they haven't been calling anything, so why the hell do it now?
But nobody was throwing elbows. You act like guys were throwing elbows. Yes, it's playoff basketball. It's going to be more physical, but the play is over. You just wind up with an elbow.
Right.
I mean,
it blew the whistle. They blew the whistle.
Right.
You make it seem like he didn't get kicked out. He got a 2. He got the 2. You wanted him to get kicked out. Cool. It didn't happen.
He should have got another game, or at least another fine, or at least a fine.
He didn't get fined.
He didn't get fined.
No fine.
He didn't get
fined when you get kicked out of a game. Just because they didn't announce it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
No, it's been announced he did not get fined or suspended additional from what happened that game. That was it, bro.
He didn't get fined at all.
If this wasn't the playoffs, would he have lost 2 or 3 games?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Absolutely. It's because it was Wemby and it was the playoffs, and we know that we got my man Underground. Make sure y'all check him. My first thought when I seen the elbow is he suspended the next game, at least a fine. Thank you for the comment, says Underground. Make sure you check him out on YouTube on Tuesdays and Sundays.
In the regular season,
right? But I mean, listen, certain things shouldn't happen. Now, listen, Wemby getting physical. Now, what happens when somebody catches Wemby? Minnesota got some dogs out there. What if one of them want to catch him with an elbow? You know what I mean? I bet they get suspended.
I don't know how many people can jump up that high to catch up with an elbow. First of all,
they have to show some vertical.
But he hits the ground.
They can catch him with a 2-piece.
He hits the ground.
I
know he hits the ground a whole lot.
Because he weighs 100 pounds.
It's not about him weighing 100 anything. It's
you breathe on that brother the wrong way, he might fall, bro.
Every single play.
It's because he went to the school at Angel Reese. They both fall the same way.
No Angel Reese slander.
Wait a minute now.
He falls as much as
Angel
Anthony
Reese slander
Davis.
now all of a sudden.
Now, if you said Anthony Davis or Joel Embiid, that would be more like it. Those guys stay on there.
We can't talk about her, but we can talk about Wemby.
They don't fall.
My bad. I'm sorry.
She does not fall as much as no doggone Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis. Those brothers stay on the ground.
You know the difference between the two? Joel Embiid is a 7'2", 260-pound flopper. One of the worst I've ever seen pound for pound in the history of NBA.
Yes.
Wemby is not flopping. He's getting pushed 2 hands every play. If you do your producing correctly, I'm going to hook you up next week, and I'm going to show you a whole entire clip that I watch every single week. And every time he gets his hand on the ball, every time he's going for a rebound, every time he's trying to make a move, he's either getting grabbed and he's getting pushed. That's the reason why he's hitting the ground.
Everybody gets pushed. It's just he weighs 100 pounds, so a little touch on him, he's falling all over the place. He doesn't weigh enough. He don't have enough weight. That's the
who-
only way you can
You
compete
know who's
with him.
going to
Big
shoot
Rome.
33
how would he
throws
have
if he
done-
gets pushed like that?
Rome, how would he
SGA.
have done in the 80s, 90s with the
He
bad
wouldn't have
boys
made it.
and those
His
guys?
career would have got ended very quickly.
Exactly.
He came
But
around
then
at
you
the
have
perfect
somebody
time.
like Manute. Then you have somebody like Manute Bol, who's just as skinny as he is.
Manute
and
Bol
he
had
has
more
his
weight on
connections.
him than Wemby.
Not much more.
Man.
Not much, but he weighed more than Wemby. Wemby
Hey,
came in.
real quick,
If
if you
give him some
guys
steak.
If you weigh this league in the next, if you weigh last until this year, the Jordan would have averaged 50 points a game because there was no hand checks.
Oh,
I mean, we can sit here.
Nobody's
It
average.
wouldn't have.
Nobody's
all
average.
day.
real quick, I want your opinion.
Yeah,
You guys think two things, Luther. You said that there was no repeat champion. Number one, I'm asking you guys, you think it'd be better for the NBA if there was? And number two, I think maybe, again, I'm old school. I think it would be better for the NBA for the Knicks to win the championship, not OKC or Minnesota or anybody. You agree with
No, of course, marketing wise, yes. New York.
that? I mean,
New
the
York
history of the Knicks.
I don't think New York's won in Fillmore or Big Rome's lifetime.
No, they came
No,
close
or my
to
lifetime. They have
In
won
those
in our
days.
lifetime.
94, yeah.
No,
But I'm saying-
They didn't win in 94.
They ain't
Well,
win
they
since
lost.
It came close. They came
They
close.
came close.
Right, with the Pat
Yeah,
Riley
yeah.
and those
John,
guys.
John Stockton lost that because he wouldn't stop shooting, and Pat Riley lost it because he wouldn't take him out of the game.
Oh,
Otherwise, they might have won that
Stockton,
game.
what's his
Now,
name?
but to your other point, yes, I think having a modern dynasty, it will be great for the NBA because you always need you always need the empire. You're right. You need somebody to either cheer for or hate. You need the Patriots. You either hate the Patriots or you love them. I think if the Thunder become the new dynasty, whatever, well, there's going to be a portion of people that's going to love them, and then the rest of the country's going to hate them.
I think they're starting to get that reputation now because of the foul calls, the SGA. He's great, but he knows how to draw them fouls. And then if you look at the last game, even Chet Holmgren got away with a travel in a key possession. He took about 8 steps.
L.A., Boston, New York.
Right. But I think let's say New York gets there this year, they play at OKC. That would be huge. But the way New York is playing, I think they have a good chance. We'll see if the rust, because I think this Detroit Cavaliers series is going to go 7, I believe.
I believe so.
We'll see if the rust has something to do with the Knicks, because right now, I would give them a chance against anyone. The way Mike Brown has unlocked Karl Anthony Towns, he has him playing like Draymond Green at the top, dishing and passing, and Jaylen Brown. Oh, man. I mean, Jalen Brunson. It's just nice to see.
I think what's more scary is more people are worried about the rust. I'm worried about the recharge of OG Anunoby when he comes back, because he's been out just about the whole entire series. Once he's get back, that's going to make New York scary.
He's going to have more legs.
That'll be
OG always has those hamstring issues. That's like a constant battle with him. I'm hoping he comes back healthy. If he can't come back healthy now with all this rest.
But to Rome's point, he's going to come back fresher, where everybody else is dragging. Luther, you asked a good question about peaking at the right time. Remember Cooney on our show? He said it's an art to peak at the right time. There was times for the Norton fight, obviously he peaked at the right time. A lot of guys, they don't peak at the right time. A lot of teams, they don't peak at the right time. So that's a good question. I don't think the Knicks peaked at the right time, but that's a valid question for sure.
Okay. Hey, we got a couple calls in there. We got MMD. Some of y'all sound like the people who say LeBron wouldn't have made it back in the day. Kareem was skinny, and he had pretty good career. That elbow would have hurt in any year. You're right.
That's Kurt Benson.
Yeah.
Remember, he elbowed Kareem and Kareem punched him.
And Kareem punched him. I do remember that. Listen, you're right. There were some skinnier guys down there, and Kareem was an all-time great, but he didn't fall as much as Wemby. Wemby got to put on some weight, man. I mean, you got guards throwing him down. Kareem wasn't getting pushed down by the guards back in the day. Wemby's got to get in the weight room because, guys, that's the only thing you can do with him is get physical.
But Kareem's technique was amazing when he was at the low post. His technique was amazing, and he was a little stronger than people thought he was, because he would be low post and then he would move just an inch for the sky hook. But so he was a little stronger, and when he played, Nate Thurman and Walton, Lanier, those guys, those were physical guys. They joked about it on that show Airplane, whatever the hell it was called.
Oh, right.
He said, but it was true. They were physical, but Kareem he was a finesse player, yeah, but he played in a physical time, and he didn't back down. He didn't fall, collapse, and he had good separation from his opponents. Kareem had great mechanics, which was learned in college, but he was stronger than people give him credit for.
You're right. Hey, but that's a great point, MD. That elbow would have hurt. I still think in any era, Wemby would have to put on some weight. Back in the day, it was a much more physical game. If he's falling now, this man would have lived on the ground even more back then. But he's only 20 years old, 22 years old, 22 years old. So he still has time to get into his man strength. So we'll see. Hopefully he can stay healthy, because he's already had some pretty serious injuries. But, hey, give us a call, 412-530-5063. We haven't had Smoke and Jim in here. Why don't you get us started on the top 10 centers? And make sure y'all call in or put a text in there as we go through this. There's a couple topics we want to hit, but we didn't get this one started first. All right, Smoke and Jim, what is your list?
First of all, I got to agree with Big Rome. You can't throw a guy out for one elbow. Come on, Lou. Isaiah Thomas used to walk around with getting his eyes stitched at halftime, but and he was one of the all-time greats. And again, I just want to remind all the fans that the supplemental draft is in July. We need to bring in Brandon Sorsby. Let's get that going. Here's my top 10.
I can't stop gambling, Jim. Stop.
Well, Paul Hornung couldn't either, and they suspended him for a year, and he got over it. So did Alex Karras. They suspended him early in his career. Ray Lewis got in trouble early in his career and got it straightened out. So guys can straighten it out, man. They can straighten it out. But here's my top 10. Here's my top 10 centers. I'm going to go in reverse order. Number 15, Joker. I had to put him on the list. I couldn't put him in the top 10. So
he said, here's my top 10. Number 15.
Number 15.
All right, go ahead with your 20. Go ahead. This is crazy. All right.
10C, Willis Reed. 10B, Nate Thurman. 10A, Bob Lanier. Number 9, Bob McAdoo, averaged 34.5 points a game one season. Number 8B, George Mikan. 8A, Bob Pettis. 7B, Artis Gilmore. 7A, Patrick Ewing. 6, Thou Shalt Not Score, Moses Malone. 5B, Hakeem Olajuwon. 5A, Shaq. Number 4, Bill Russell. Claudio, I love this. Number 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's bananas.
Number 2, you guys probably missed out on number 2. I think I'm the only one on this elite panel that has it right at number 2. Again, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is number 3. He's the 3rd greatest center of all time. The 2nd greatest center, and there's no dispute. You want to guess, Lou? There's no dispute who's number 2.
You're going to say Jokic or something. I don't know.
Lou Alcindor.
I can smell the list
Bill
all the
Russell,
way
number
over here. I
4.
can tell you that
Bill
now.
Russell,
I
number
have no
4.
idea, man, because your list is
Kareem
so crazy.
Abdul-Jabbar, number 3. And number 2, and Claudio will agree with me, he was
Rick
better
Smith.
than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was Lou Alcindor. Lou Alcindor, number 2.
Just said that. I just said that.
Lou Alcindor was
sure
better than
did.
Kareem. Lou Alcindor was better than Kareem.
You right.
You got to separate them.
Okay.
Lou
I'm gonna name him
Alcindor was
Clay.
better
I'm
than
gonna name him
Kareem.
Clay.
He was better than Kareem. and number one center of all time, averaged 50 points a game one year, 27 rebounds. They hated him so much, didn't give him MVP. He was unbelievable. He could do it all. He had all the nicknames. Arnold Schwarzenegger said he wouldn't bench press with him because he was embarrassed because he could bench press 500 pounds for reps. He could run a 4.340 in his street clothes. One game he had 53 points, 32 rebounds, 24 block shots, 14 assists, and 11 steals in one game. They had to change the rules just so it would be fair. Wilt Chamberlain, and he had 20,000 women.
That's why you got a number one on the list, Jim.
Exactly.
Oh my good, Jim. Listen, man, how you got one guy on there twice? You know, with
Lou Alcindor was better than Kareem. That's two different guys.
Some of us will say he's the same person, Jim. Come on, man.
No, Milwaukee was Lou Alcindor. Go back and watch some of the Milwaukee film when he won the world championship. He was unbelievable.
Just because he changed his name, huh?
And he changed his game. His game was a little different. Just like Cassius Clay was better than Muhammad Ali. Cassius Clay was undefeated. Muhammad Ali had 5 losses.
Oh my goodness!
So you got to separate. Sometimes you got to separate them. Sometimes you got to separate them. Lou Alcindor was better.
I think they both went to UCLA, didn't they? Didn't they both go to UCLA? I think they
both had the same parents. I think they both went to UCLA. I think they both looked the same. They both had the same DNA, right, Jim?
No. Lou Alcindor went to UCLA. Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went to the Lakers. Lou Alcindor went to the Milwaukee Bucks. They're different. They're two different players.
They both played for Milwaukee. Yes.
Let me just ask you boxing fans this. If you ever seen Cassius Clay and Muhammad Ali, they fought totally different. Cassius Clay didn't do the rope a dope, and he wasn't overweight. And
he was a lot younger, Jim.
Thank you. Lou Alcindor was young and fast.
All these players we're going to name were better when they were young. Most of them, Jim. What are you talking?
He said, I think Wilt didn't have like Jim.
You ain't say nothing deep. Most of the guys we're going to name were better when they were younger, Jim.
They changed the name. They don't have 2 names.
Oh, God. All right, Jim.
I'm talking about Lou Alcindor and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 2 totally different type players.
They both played for Milwaukee.
Yeah. Hey,
even Malcolm X said that.
Hey, MD, I agree. I think Wilt did math like Jim. He didn't have time to do all that. Yeah, 20,000 is a lot, Jim. Come on, man. 20,000 is a lot. He'd have to be nonstop. Come on, man. Anyway,
6 at a time.
Listen,
he did. He's close.
Oh gosh. All right.
Wow. Oh, man.
Hey, Claudio, I'm gonna bring you next. Let me get Big Rome. I want you to go last, Claudio, because you started this mess. All right. Go ahead, Big Rome.
All right, I think I got Bob McAdoo, number 10. I got the Joker at number 9.
Woo!
Let's go up here. I got Patrick Ewing, number 8. David Robinson, number 7. See, I'm not that big of a homer. Moses Malone at number 6. I got Hakeem Olajuwon at number 5. Shaquille O'Neal, number 4. Bill Russell, number 3. Wilt Chamberlain, number 2. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the number 1 player of all time.
Okay.
That's a good list. That's a good list.
I like that list, Jim. You see 10. He didn't go 10 and start with 15B. All right. I can see where you went with that.
Okay, we got to start with these numbers. When you start putting A, B, C, and D, that takes away from the other numbers. You can't go 3A, 3B, and then jump to 4.
Jim's math. Yeah, Jim's math.
This is 25 deep.
Jim, we asked for 10. Jim gave at least 30. I mean, come on.
At least 30.
I just wanted to let everybody know that because we had to get that out of the way.
We had to get that
at least 30.
For sure. All right. Let's go. What you got for us? Phil,
man, I got Jokic at 10, man. Willis Reed at 9. David Robinson.
Ooh. There you go.
They got David Robinson there. You got to throw in Moses Malone after Dave, man. Moses Malone. Like when I started watching basketball, it was Moses Malone and Kareem, man. That's who I was looking at. So you got that in there. Shaq. Then you got Bill Russell. Then you got Hakeem, Wilt, and the person that put a footprint on Bruce Lee.
Yes,
Kareem.
Okay. I like that. Nice and short and sweet. Let me get mad because
hey, Lou, did they forget Bill Walton?
No, I didn't. He would have been 11C for me.
Bill Walton is where he's supposed to be.
Okay.
I had Bill Walton at 15D.
Those injuries. All right. Let me get mine in real quick before we go. So, and let Claudio have the floor because I know Claudio is going to go left field. His list won't be as bad as Jim, but it's going to be off. It's going to be just as bad. We'll see. All right. So number 10, I do have Bill Walton. Listen, Portland, Bill Walton was a monster. If those knees didn't give up on him, he could have been higher. But he also old with 2 bad knees, went to Boston, helped lead them to a couple championships as well. Number 9, I got Nikolai Jokic. I did slap Joker in there. As I started looking at the numbers, man, you know, we've never seen a center like him. I'm going to put him at number 10.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
3 MVPs is crazy.
3 MVPs,
yeah,
more, even though he plays no defense. If he played defense, he could be higher, but, you know, triple-double from a center position is pretty impressive. And I got number 8, I got my man, New York's finest, Patrick Ewing, the Jamaica sensation. The man used to play so hard, he'd have to switch his jersey at halftime because he would sweat so bad. Should have definitely won a title. I still blame John Starks for keep shooting when he should have been taken out of the game. Ewing might have had one.
Hey, Lou,
can I finish?
Can I say one thing?
You can't wait.
Lou?
No.
No, just real quick while you're on Pat Ewing. I was at the round ball game when Pat Ewing was the number 1 recruit in the country and got thrown out of the round ball game in the first minute for throwing the elbow. True story.
Yes, indeed.
Right at Civic Arena, man. Everybody was disappointed. He was a beast even in high school, man. First minute of the round ball game, they threw him out.
And he wasn't suspended the next game either.
All right. So above him, I do have David Robinson. You know, he was kind of stiff. He didn't come right over right away because of the Navy obligations. Sometimes played a little soft, but, you know, I think he got a lot out of his talent. I love the block on Jordan right here. A lot of guys wouldn't go up. Got to put him there. Next, I got to go with Moses Malone. This guy was a dog. I love his faux. Led the 83 Sixers to a championship. I think he does not get a lot of respect, and he should get way more. Definitely should get way more. Next, I got on my list, you got to have Big Shaq. You got to have Big Shaq on the list. This guy maybe the most dominant force in my lifetime for sure. He used to make grown men cry when they had to play him. They used to foul him. Now, he would get fouled. Wemby gets grabbed and pushed. They used to beat the heck out of Shaq, and he just took it and dunked right on your face. I loved it, man. He was a beast. This is how I want my big men to play. I don't need them shooting threes out there. No.
Nobody asked for your commentary.
You were born 7 feet, 300 pounds. You get in there and dominate the ball. Listen,
you're a bird. Why are you only giving commentary?
Hold on, stop. I gave you your time. Let me get my time. Bill Russell, I got him number 4, y'all. Listen, you know, I wish he scored a little more. He was the greatest winner of all time, 11 championships, one as a player coach, broke all kind of barriers, the greatest defensive center before my next guy, but he was just a monster out there. He was
Hakeem.
Unbelievable. All right, so my next guy, man, this guy gets so underrated. Hakeem, the Dream Shake, he's still teaching guys this move right now. Listen, Wemby went to him for help. LeBron, Kobe, this guy's so underrated. Look at this. Nobody's moving like that. He had the greatest footwork of any center of all time. He had that soccer background. His timing was great. When he retired, he led everybody in blocks. It's just America.
He still does.
Wemby.
He still does.
No, very shortly, Wemby's going to take that probably in the not too distant future. And number 2, I got Wilt distilled. Jim said 20,000, women or whatever. But it was a lot. And he was a monster on the court, most women off the court, and most points on the court with 100. He was unstoppable. I would have him number 1, but I think he should have won more titles. Only got to block the sky hook from Kareem. You haven't seen that much. Nobody blocked. He blocked it twice. Nobody's done that. Wilt was a monster, man. Going too soon, but he did things that, we will never see again. Nobody scoring 100. But number 1, he could go down as the greatest basketball player of all time. When you talk about the GOATs, he does not get enough respect. You talk about an unstoppable shot, the sky hook. Wilt's the only one I saw get a piece of it. Look at that. You can't get it. He's too long. He perfected a shot nobody had before, and nobody's perfected since. You got to give it to him. He left the league as the all-time leading scorer. He was so dominant, even into his 40s. He was putting numbers on people. Kareem got to be number 1. If you don't have him number 1 on your list, you're crazy. All right, now we got the man who started all, the Hall of Famer. Claudia, what you got for us, man? Because you started this mess. I want to hear what you got for this. This is
you guys had some great names, and I like what you said about Akeem. And Rome is almost spot on with mine. I'm going to go with Bob McAdoo at number 10. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Pat Ewing 9, although he could be a little higher. David Robinson, and I'm going to go against Rome, although he made a good point. I'm going to go 7A and 7B. Moses Malone and Willis Reed. Willis Reed was big time. It's one of the smartest players of his era. Obviously, he became a front office guy and a coach. But Willis Reed and Moses Malone at 7. Bill Walton at 6 because he played an all-around game, pretty game. He was great at the basics, which they learned at UCLA. Great mechanics. Akeem probably should be a little higher. But I'm going to put him at 6. Bill Russell at 4. Now, Shaquille O'Neal at 3, but 3B is Shaq O'Neal. They're two different.
Yes.
Like that, Claudia.
Yes, that was a good one.
Number 2, the greatest weapon of basketball was the hook. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and perhaps the greatest of all time in any sport, the most dominant was Wilt. Now you can say that he didn't win as many games, and that's where you go like, okay, Dan Marino's not the greatest. He's not better than Tom Brady because he didn't win a Super Bowl. Dan Marino was a hell of a lot better quarterback physically than Tom Brady. He just didn't. They just didn't win a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Does that mean he's better than Dan Marino? No.
Good point.
Bill Russell won all those championships, and he was a phenomenal player defensively. Could have scored, but that wasn't what they had him do. They passed the ball more. But Wilt was phenomenal. They had some good teams with West and Baylor. Then he was with Philly. They were pretty good, but they just didn't win. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, Red Auerbach can rip on him all he wants, but I've never seen a guy, fantastic athlete, dominant. Again, I have him number 1. I have him as the number 1 basketball player of all time. In my opinion, love Wilt, and they changed the game for him. They with the lane and everything.
3 seconds and all that. Yep.
Going with Wilt. Now that wasn't a bad list. Now Luther, I just don't put Jokic. I like his passing. Not a good defensive player. I left out Nate Thurman, Parrish, Dan Issel. Dan Issel was a hell of a scorer. Lonzo Mourning, nobody's talking about.
Oh, he don't deserve it. He don't deserve that. Come on, Claudio. Now I
like Alonzo, but Dave Cowens. I mean, I saw Dave Cowens since I was a little kid. He was a hell of a player. And again, George Mikan in his day was a big dog. He didn't play long enough, but he was, he is who he is. Wes Unseld. Loved Wes Unseld.
Kareem copied the sky hook from Lou, was George Mikan. And I mean, let's get credit with credit.
George Mikan was more of an underhanded type of hook.
Hey,
it wasn't a sky. It was like more of an underhand. It was shooting underhanded back then, Jim.
Lou Alcindor would have given George Mikan the credit for the sky hook. Kareem might not, but Lou Alcindor would have given him credit.
Jim saw him play, didn't you, Jim?
Yeah. Jim sat baseline, man. Come on, man. Hey, well, your list wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Let's jump into the chat. Okay, we got who to go. Kareem is number 1. Joker has no business on the top 10. Hey, 3 MVPs in a 5-year period, man. You got to put some respect on that. Again, he's another guy that should be winning more with all the talent he has, and he's not leading his team. So listen, jump in the chat if you all want to add something to that real quick before our time runs out. NBA playoffs. Any thoughts on this so far? San Antonio took a 3-2 lead. It looks like it's coming to a head between San Antonio and OKC if they can wrap up and clean off Minnesota. What you think?
Minnesota
got dogs, but they just don't have enough scoring, and Anthony Edwards is limited with his knees.
You know why I like them? A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez is my boy, so I'm pulling for them.
You're right.
I want the Knicks to win because I think it just brings it back. Forgive me, Luther, Rome and Fillmore. If you want to see Luther get mad, one time on the Boxing Authorities, we did the top 10 heavyweight boxers today. We were mentioning, Wilder and Fury and all that. And then Jim goes, Richard Torres, who had 4 fights in his career. Luther,
he's still got to crowbar this guy in there, man. He's a ballroom fighter.
Hey, Claudio. Yeah. Didn't the Knicks have a guy named Frazier on the team? Yes, they did.
Clyde Frazier, yes. No relation to you, Jim.
Bradley,
not related to you, Jim.
Willis Reed, fallback baby, Dick Barnett. That was my boy. You like that, Lou? Fallback baby, lefty.
Baby. Hey, real quick. So who do you have? Have you been following this, Claudio? The NBA playoffs. And what do you think about this OKC San Antonio series if we get it?
Well, I think OKC is the better team. They've been in the water longer than San Antonio, so they have that advantage. This isn't big for them, but again, I go with my heart. I'd like to see Minnesota and the Knicks, and that'll be a tough one for me to go because I want to see the Knicks because I was a huge Knicks fan. I could show you a book from the 80s when the Knicks and the Nets would play whenever we would get WOR. I never missed it, right? But I like Alex Rodriguez too, so that'll be a tough one for me. But that's who I want to go.
Okay. All right. Big Ron, we know you're a San Antonio Spurs guy. Your thoughts on the playoffs so far? We're about to come down to the Final Four. Who's your prediction? Because next show we'll have our Final Four.
I think that the Knicks is going to pull it out. I'm hoping for Detroit, but I think that Cleveland is going to pull it out.
You think Cleveland's going to beat? Oh, wow.
Cleveland's been putting that work in, man. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like that they have that the rhythm that they had early on in the series. That they keep it going through, man. So
okay.
I they got to show me something. They're not showing me what it took to get up to this point. And like I said, I would like to see Detroit, but I don't know if they're going to make it. The Knicks, I think that especially if they get OG Anunoby back, they're going to be a real tough out. OKC did the job that they're supposed to do. They played against a bunch of patsies. Am I lying? Who did they beat? They beat a bunch of nobody to get to this point, as they should be. They
listen. They also did it without their second best player, and they're blowing teams out.
There was a second round team that didn't have their best player. And they was leaning on a 41-year-old LeBron James to come through in the stretch, and he couldn't pull it off. So that's what we're up against. I'm not trying to downplay them because they're a good team. They're a really good team. They won the championship. They're the defending champions. But this playoff, they haven't been challenged. So,
also they haven't lost at all. And they only had a few close games.
So you're right, exactly. They did what they were supposed to do. They weren't challenged.
Very professional.
Reflected that.
they didn't get upset because that can happen. You know,
That's
sometimes what do they say? They played to the level of their competition. They didn't. They were very professional, and they did what they had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I heard
And you know how I feel about my squad. My squad has 3 guards that can all play the point, and we got a bunch of dogs playing defense in the forward positions, and we got the center. So
they got
I think that we got the team.
They got the alien back there,
Yeah.
throwing his bows and everything. I just think the
throwing
same
them
thing.
bows and everything, and we can compete with anybody. Ask OKC and what we did.
San Antonio was destroying OKC in the regular season.
Yes, they were. So
but if they play OKC in the finals, the pressure gets a little deeper. And those young boys, we don't know if that jumper's going to be shaky.
They haven't been. You keep saying that, but they haven't been shaken yet. This is what I'm telling you. We almost won games without our starting.
You mean the Spurs? There's no Rome on that team. You mean the Spurs?
Listen, because I'm representing them. That's what I'm telling you. Because I've been on their hook ever since my boy came out in '89. So this is where I've been. I'm a representative.
With the 3 guys who could be point guards, which means to me means what? Less turnovers, and that's big time in the playoffs. In the postseason.
What I'm saying. We got a bunch of youngins over there playing like veterans out there.
Yeah.
So what I've seen and what I've been told since they haven't never been in the playoffs, they've been in the war this series, and they've been showing out and proving with and without the center that y'all claim that he's such an alien, which he is. So even when he's not in the game, we're still competing. So as long as he's in the game, I think I like our chances against anybody, especially against a team that we beat 4 out of the 5 times in the regular season.
Yeah, that was regular season. It's a little different,
the playoffs has been different. That's what y'all was saying before we got to play Minnesota. And what happened against Minnesota?
Minnesota's injured.
Their
whole backcourt is injured.
It's not what y'all were saying, though. This is the thing, though. Don't switch up.
No,
y'all was talking about.
I had San Antonio winning this, Rome.
Y'all was saying wait until the playoffs. Y'all going to see it's a different thing because we have never been in the playoffs. Now we're in the playoffs and now we're winning. Now it's their injuries.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to that series because the regular season games were really exciting, and it should be. I just think the San Antonio Spurs are too young. I think they're a year away. The Detroit Pistons are too young. I think they're a year away with another player because what you're seeing with the Detroit Pistons, they don't have another scorer. If Cade Cunningham has an average game, there's nobody else to really pick up the slack. Jalen Duran has been a disappointment this playoffs. Tobias Harris, if you're relying on Tobias Harris, your chances aren't good, even though he's played better this playoffs than he's done his whole career. But we'll see. All right, Fillmore, your thoughts?
Hey, the Wembys. So when it comes to the Wembys, no one thought at the beginning of this year that they'd be where they are. And that's the truth. We thought they was maybe a year or 2 away from being where they are, but the Wembys have proven to be that team. And they play as a team, and people don't realize that throughout the season, Wemby only played 31 minutes a game, 32 minutes a game. He didn't play a lot. They have a good team. Right, the Spurs front office is one of the best at putting the team together and getting no names that actually play beyond their potential. So, they shocked us, man. No one's seen the Spurs being where they are, and so to your point, Rome. No, we were saying they're not that because we thought they were last year. They weren't this. Something clicked, and they became. So, OKC. Now, they did beat a bunch of patsies. They a bunch of guys that that will not be first team All NBA, second team All NBA, or third team All NBA. They beat a bunch of patsies. But something the Lakers did do, they showed the recipe to frustrate Shea. They showed that. Now you ain't gonna stop them. But you can frustrate him to committing turnovers if you press him on the ball, if you send him in delayed traps and get the ball out of his hand and have someone on him like stick him. But they have a whole team though. They have a whole team. But the Wemby's playing them. If they take that trap philosophy the Lakers are playing, they have the dogs, the athleticism, and the depth of the bench to do so. So I can see the Wembys beating OKC and taking their thunder, pun intended.
Okay.
I see Detroit being like the Knicks were last year. The Knicks were so like pressure, like really relied on Jalen Brunson for everything. And that's how the Detroit Pistons over Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren ain't doing nothing for him. So it's like if it's all on him, he's going to get tired. As a guard, he's going to get tired. They let the ref swallow whistle just a little bit more in the playoffs. He's going to get bumped. He's going to get hit. He got to take all these shots. He got to break all these presses. He got to pass out all these double teams. He may get tired, and Cleveland may pull this out. But I do like the Knicks. Honestly, my heart wants the Pistons, but I like the Knicks coming out right now, man. The Knicks are playing good, man. Cat is balling out of control, the best he's ever done right now so far in the postseason. Anyway, he's actually playing, like he has a deep voice. He actually playing like he got something.
Deep voice.
But yeah, man. Hey, I like seeing I think the Wembys. I've never been a San Antonio fan, but David Robinson was one of my favorite players. But the Wembys, they might be the ones that be in the finals and hoist up that trophy, man. I don't know. I don't want them to, but they might be that one.
You don't want them to?
No, I don't want them to.
You don't want that?
No, I don't, man. I'm an East person for real. So it's like Knicks or Detroit, but I don't see either of those teams in the East beating the Wembys.
This is the championship, this Western Conference Finals right here. Whoever makes it out.
Well, we'll see, but they could beat each other up, and one of those Eastern teams could be fresh. But you're right. All right, we got Frank Jackson. Salute Knicks in 5. Spurs ain't ready. Okay. All right, and who the GOAT said put some respect on the Thunder back to back. Y'all, I guess he meant talking.
Pin that.
Crazy.
Yeah, pin that. We got a discussion about that.
Hey, Jim, you want in on this? Because we got Sean in. Hey,
I'll just be real quick. I built a basketball court in my backyard, and the NBA was playing back there. I closed the blinds.
Oh, come on. All right, hey, we got Randy Morris, Kareem and Russell, more accomplished than Wilt, but Chamberlain is one in his prime, beats anyone in any era. Yeah, I mean, Chamberlain was a monster. You're right. Yep. Kareem and Russell got all the accolades. Chamberlain was dominant, but Russell head-to-head, his teams used to
did his part. Wilt did his part.
Russell's teams used to give it to Wilt and his teams on a regular basis. But, hey, let's jump to the phone lines real quick. Sean, you're on the air. Sean.
Hey, good evening.
Hey, what's up, Sean?
What's up,
man?
Not much, man. Everybody losing their mind over this NFL schedule coming out tomorrow. And the NFL screwed Steelers fans that wanted to go to New Orleans. You got to go to Paris to watch the game.
That's terrible. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. Of all the games, why would they push that one to France? So we'll see, man.
Because they got the fleur de lis. They got the Fritz symbol on their helmets. They like to bring them to the crib.
Lucas will go. Lucas goes.
Couple things I'm hearing about the schedule. The NFL wanted the Steelers to play Jacksonville in London. Jacksonville blocked it. The Steelers, I guess, step up and block the NFL from going to Paris. So they went. I think the NFL threw them with the NFL draft. So
that's a home game for New Orleans. That's why Jacksonville was like, oh no, if we have the home game against Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh fans are going to come through and fill our stadium, and that's the thing. So that's the difference.
That owner ain't no fool. He said, "No, you're not taking this home game away from us."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how true this is. I'm hearing the Steelers may be playing the Buccaneers on Christmas Day. And also, I'm hearing that the week before the Steelers go over to Paris, they may be playing a Thursday night game against the Tennessee Titans.
Cam Ward, smoking Jim's guy.
That's a screw job. Wow.
No, not really, because if you play on Thursday, then you
that
have
long.
the rest of that week to get prepared, then a whole nother week to go out there to Paris over there.
Oh, okay.
Right.
They had that mini bag. Okay, the mini bag. Yeah.
Mini bag. Wow, man. That Tampa Bay was another game that people were looking at, I'm sure, to get down there. So if that's on Christmas, that's going to be interesting. What else you got for us, Sean?
I'm liking the way the NBA playoffs are going. I think the Cleveland-Detroit series won't go 7. I actually think the Knicks have a chance to win it all, but all the players have to be healthy.
Yeah.
They have to be healthy. In the Western Conference, if it is Oklahoma City and San Antonio, I think that series is going to go 7 games.
Yep.
And the reason why I think that series is going to go 7 games, San Antonio, they got the best of OKC in regular season, but OKC knows what it takes to win in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Question is, if San Antonio knows what it takes to win in the playoffs? That's the big question.
That's true for sure. Yeah, it should be interesting, man. So we'll see. Now, real quick, I gotta ask you, Sean, that elbow that Wemby threw. Your thoughts on that?
Bing.
I didn't see it. I didn't know about it until later in the game because I wasn't watching the game. If that game was on Sunday, I was busy, so I missed it. But when you throw an elbow, there's a way you could throw an elbow without getting thrown out of the game. He never pivoted his body. If he would have pivoted his body, they got an argument. Once you throw the elbow without moving your legs, that's the problem. And he threw it. I mean, the only way you're going to stop it, you got to get physical with it. And like you said, Lucas, he got to put on weight, and you made a good play. I'll never remember seeing Kareem getting thrown to the ground. But one thing I'll give Wemby credit. He stretches his body a lot. He stretches so much. He stretches his toes. He does like toe exercises. And the reason why I'm gonna give him credit on that is because Kareem, I want to say he was bigger than yoga. That's why Kareem lasted long in the NBA. He was bigger than yoga and stretching his body. So I don't know if Wemby reached out to Kareem. It seems like he may have, or he may have people like talk to Kareem. But he'll be fine. He'll get his weight on. It's just the game is different now because Kareem, he was the center of the offense in the post.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Now, Wemby, he's the center of the offense, but as soon as he crosses half court, you got to guard him. It's like Stephen Curry in a 7'4" body.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely one of a kind, man. But also, man, I don't know if you all remember, he studied with the monks this past summer. He was doing, up in them caves on some Aaron Rodgers type stuff with the monks. So, we'll see. I still think he needs to put on some weight because you can't be getting pushed down by little guards left and right. He's got to get stronger. Hey, Sean, any final points because we're about to get out of here?
You had to find a way to work Aaron Rodgers into the show.
You're right. Unfortunately, we'll have to deal with him a whole season. So, the drama's just getting started, Sean. But, hey, we appreciate the call, man. We're about to get out of the show. But always appreciate you, Sean. Stay safe out there.
Okay, guys. Look forward to talking to y'all next week. We can go over the schedule next week.
For sure. All right, Sean. Hey, listen, real quick, last before we get out of here, thoughts on Drew Allure? He was working out with Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy was real hands-on. They're saying they have to start from the bottom, rebuild him, which proves my point. It was a terrible pick to get him that early. If you got to rebuild him from the bottom, he's nowhere near starting caliber in the NFL. Smoking Jim, you're real high on that. but they just came out. They have to rebuild his whole form and everything else as we get out of here.
I'm real high on what?
Well, you Drew Allure.
No,
You said you liked the pick. You didn't say you liked the pick.
I said I would pick somebody with some upside. He got some upside. I don't like him. No. I like Sorsby. I like Sorsby.
You like the game? Well, I figured a gambler would like another gambler, so that makes sense. But looking at the film, that he looked just as stiff. You know, with Mike McCarthy, it's like a high school kid. He's showing from the bottom how he wants him to throw. The pick looks worse and worse, but we'll see. But they got a long way to go to get this guy ready. He's nowhere near ready.
That's the whole point, though. He wasn't picked to start this year.
Right.
This is the year that he's supposed to develop. So if he gets that in the bag,
he's 3 years away, man. I mean,
that's what you said. If he's 3 years away,
they said they got to rebuild him. That's the word out of camp. They have to rebuild him. You're going to rebuild a guy and put him on the field in 2 years?
If he takes 3 years, he was a third-round pick. He wasn't a second-round pick, and he wasn't a first-round pick. The first-round pick and the second-round picks are the ones you got to worry if you got to take 3 years to rebuild the dude. He's not going to see the field. So that's not a problem. He can sit and do what he has to do to get rebuilt. And if he pans out, cool. If he doesn't, we'll see you later.
Wasted pick. If he doesn't waste a third-round pick, you want them to have some value. If he's not ready to play in 2 years or anything, it's a wasted pick. You could have got that with a fifth-round guy. So we'll see. But it's trending to the way I said already.
Hey, the best pick since Landry Jones.
Oh, gosh.
Telling you.
Any thoughts, Claudio, Fillmore? Thoughts on Drew or any last thoughts?
You know what, man? Talk about the centers today, and that got me thinking about how really dominant Shaq was. So Shaq wasn't just dominant on the court, he was dominant in the front office, because when he was in his prime in the early 2000s, teams had to go draft and pick up 7-footers off the scrap heap to suck up fouls. That's how great Shaquille O'Neal was. We don't understand that. He's the reason why Kwame Brown got selected number 1 overall, because they needed somebody 7 foot to guard him. That's why they got Greg Ostertag, okay? Just to have somebody to suck up fouls. That's how great Shaquille O'Neal was, man. You had to have a space for 3 7-footers because he's going to dunk on everybody and put people in foul trouble. We have to understand greatness. This isn't on the court.
Right.
Hey, Fillmore. Hey, I got to agree with Fillmore. That's another one I seen in the round ball game. And back then, the shorts wasn't long. Shaq had the biggest size and was the most athletic-looking big man I've ever seen, and he could run that floor at the round ball game. Shaq was unbelievable.
That was crazy.
Listen, what y'all don't know, Jim always looks at thighs, lips. He always puts that as part of his analysis.
None of my business.
Button hit. Tell me if you're an athlete or not.
I know. Look, I didn't know where he was going. I didn't know. I'm so happy he said that.
Yeah.
What do you see that?
You see these guys like Charles Smith played like Pitt. He was like a pencil. And then you see a guy like Shaq, man. He looked like a football tight end coming out there playing, at 7 foot. He was unbelievable even in high school, man.
Shaq was one of a kind.
You're right, Fillmore. You're right, man.
Shaq, one of a kind. We'll never see something like Shaq, man.
One of a kind.
Well, have you seen another guy like that ever? No,
well, he wasn't Will Chamberlain.
He was bigger than Will. He was bigger than Will.
Bill Russell would have ran him up and down the court. By the
Shaq could run. Young Shaq for the man was needing fast breaks, Jim.
Bill Russell, and you underestimate. Bill Russell won 3 NCAA championships in San Francisco. You left that out too, Lou.
Oh yeah, listen, I gave him credit.
You didn't give him his college. Okay,
Jim. Listen, real quick, we got another comment real quick I'm gonna read before Lori, thanks again. Love the show. Favorite players in order: Magic Johnson, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan. Great show. I know basketball because she's a Fifth Avenue High School alum. That's what I'm talking about.
What? Okay.
A legend. Fifth Avenue made an appearance. I love it. All right, and we got who to go in there. He said Drew Aller is a bum. Okay,
Yes.
I agree with that. Who to go? All right, Big Ro, what you got? Final facts.
I think that these are the. I like the parody of the basketball this year. I'm hoping that we get more of it. One thing that I do hate, and I know we're going to get with this in the future, the fact that they're expanding the NCAA tournament. So I think it's like 76 games or something like that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Listen, it's too much. Now you know, as you see, it's always been a money grab. They're making it to more of a money grab, and now it's just like anybody can get in. And there's no exclusivity when it comes to getting in. We're just wasting time, and they're just getting paid. So,
Well, I hope more HBCUs could get in.
I would hope so, but
they
what's
may
the
not.
rule?
Yeah, maybe more Power 5 schools and all that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. Claudio, final facts.
Always fun to be on the show, guys. Always fun. It's a great show. You guys do a great job, and my honor to be on. So thank you.
Hey, we're honored to have a Hall of Famer too on there. Appreciate all.
Yes, sir.
The GOAT.
Smoking Jim. Any final thoughts?
No.
No.
Smoking Jim, it's been a pleasure joining with you today, this week. I hope to do it again next week. Let me put that out to the atmosphere.
You never know. You never know what you're going to have with Smoking Jim. He's
Nobody has my back like Smoking Jim. That's what I do know.
Shorts and look at that thighs and butts. That's
Two
Smoking
things
Jim.
I do know. Smoking Jim like thighs, and he always got my back.
That's true. Hey. Oh man, listen. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate Sean calling in all the comments. Make sure you check us out next week. We should have a special guest on, but make sure you go to the website, check out SC Sports World. Come get some gear. Hit us up, and we'll check you out next time. For everybody, for Smoking Jim, Fillmore, Big Rum, Claudia, I'm Luther. Check you out next time. Peace.
Yo, get ready. The game's about to ignite. Steel City Sports World. We ready to fight. From the steel to the field, we bring the heat. Luther J. Dupree Jr., ain't nobody can compete. Welcome to the show where the legends collide. Smoking Jim and Claudio right by my side. We break it down hard, raw like a hammer. From the Pirates to the Steelers, we light up the banner. Pittsburgh pride, straight from the heart. We cover every angle with a real work of art. Panthers making moves, high school shining bright in the Steel City. Yo, we ready for the fight. Steel City Sports World, nobody does it better. But Fillmore, Big Rome, we're the trendsetter. Ralph R.W. Media, bringing the vibes. Passion in our talk, you know we keep it live. In the Steel Town, where the grit meets the grind. We break it all down, we'll never fall behind. Aggressive like the players, we ride the high wave. Informing the masses, it's the truth we pave. With football fever, baseball dreams, Pittsburgh's got the hustle, ripping at the seams. Intensity unmatched, this is pure dedication. Your source for the game, this is our foundation. Steel City Sports World, we bring the truth. Aggressive and raw, we speak for the youth. From the pitch to the court, we lay it all down. In the heart of the city, we wear the crown. No bias, no fakes, it's the real deal here. We dissect every moment, keep your vision clear. We'll take you from the highs to the lows of the game. In the Steel City, we all feel the same. Luther's got the vision, the fire, the spark. As we dive into battles under the street lights dark. Let's talk about legends, from parks to pro plays. In the Steel City Sports World, we're here to stay. From the raw of the crowd to the end of the play, we break the news raw, there's no other way. With every play analyzed, every call put in place. Steel City Sports World, we own this space. So grab your gear, it's time to engage. In the world of sports, we set the stage. Luther, Smoking Jim and Claudio, follow your rise. Bring it